Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we get an update on investment whiskey from company founder Michael Steinkamp. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Ryan Thompson, Katie Joyce, and Steinkamp.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, so we're going to be talking about investment whiskey, what's going on, where Steinkamp is with all this. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Yeah, so I actually heard this question earlier today, but we can apply it to this group. So the question was, if you and your coworkers were in a horror movie, who's dying first and who's making it to the end? But we can apply it to all of us.
Okay.
This group. I feel like I'm going out first because I'm very loud and very uncoordinated. Like there's no hiding for me. Like I know I'm gone. It's fine.
I'm not going to disagree with that, McNew. Okay, right, fair enough.
Right. So it's like out. It's like the ABV Network cruise together, and then who's gonna go first? Yeah, the killer's coming in. You just push McNew to the ground and run. As long as
yeah. This goes back to you don't have to be the fastest. You just don't want to be the slowest.
But this is like tricky. You guys have to go in a new order now. Like I'm gone. I'm out of the picture. Like who are you killing off next?
Well, not killing off next, but I know who's surviving out of the 5 of us, and that's clearly Katie, the smartest one of the bunch. She's going to outsmart any killer.
My problem is that I'm very much a team player, so that could be my downfall in this situation. I would be focused on like trying to save all of us as my natural tendencies, and Steve, I feel like, would be like, yeah, at the last minute pushes me out the door.
Boom.
Of course. Of course. Yes.
Let's change the question a little bit. Which one of these other people do you least trust to save you? That's Steve, right? Steve
is definitely
We're all getting pushed down.
Steve would save
Steve
you
might
if
be the
it's
winner.
clear that it does not risk his own safety. So like if he's safe, but like can make
self-preservation
to also save you, he would absolutely. Yeah. And he'd have good skill at it. But if it's at all risking his safety, we're all good.
Well, I got too good of a life going. I mean, I'm living my bourbon dream. If this was 10 years ago, I was living a shitty corporate job, I'd fall on the sword for you guys. But I got things going okay right now. I want to keep this going. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you going to do?
Too funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we realize this now ahead of time, so McNew, I think we're just going to end up with some kind of unfortunate trip and fall at the beginning here.
Oh yeah,
and
McNew's gone quickly.
The other 3 of us, though, we could gang up and make Steve the next one out. But I think it would take all 3 of us. So we would have to decide at that point: do the 3 of us band together to try to all survive, and force Steve out, or does he pick us off one by one? Is he saving himself?
Yeah. We've suddenly turned into WWE Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah. Those are my favorites.
Trying to get Steve over the top rope. And
those were always my favorites growing up. I love that. Because you have like 20 people in there. Oh man. Yeah. And then,
Is the killer's motivation to get after our whiskey collections? Is that the motivation here, or what?
It can be in this movie. Yeah, a madman's loose. He's probably not that crazy. He just wants whiskey. He just wants
whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh,
It might be kind of fun to film.
I just found out recently that my new insurance isn't covering my whiskey. And so I was like, that's a problem. And they're like, well, we can't really find an underwriter for this market. I'm like, it's personal property. I don't know what you're talking about. Make sure it's covered. Like, here's the value. Put a rider on it. What is the freaking problem right now?
Okay.
Not to sidetrack, but this sounds like a business opportunity. Whiskey insurance?
Whiskey insurance.
Consumer?
Apparently, I'm in
Whiskey
desperate
insurance.
need of it now because it's uncovered at the moment.
Oh gosh.
You and probably a lot of other people out there too, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would guess so.
Anyways, back to the killing spree.
Yeah.
So if they're going by size of whiskey collection, then I think I'm probably safe in this group.
Yeah, maybe. We had a customer come in today, and his wife said several times he's got a huge whiskey collection.
12.
30. The number was actually 30. He said it several times, and I was like, oh, boy, I wonder how many. And so I threw mine out there. I had 1,600 at the top. And she's like, well, he's got 30. I'm like, oh, okay. He's getting
got
that.
nothing.
3,000? Like, 3,000.
Yeah, so I think that put in perspective to her that yes, there's room for growth there. So 30.
That's I've experienced that in the shop.
On Steve for sure. The rest of us are just like, hey, he's got more bottles, and we just step back, and the killer goes after Steve.
You want?
Yeah.
My biggest flex in this conversation, when it's had intermittently throughout the year, is I don't collect bottles, I collect barrels.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, you got barrels, so that's
I might not have quite the variety as other people, but I certainly have a lot of the same stuff in the collection. So
okay, well, and you own the ABV Network's Key West Whiskey Awards #1 whiskey. Yeah, he won the whole thing. He won the whole thing.
Yeah, amazing.
Thank you, guys.
That was quite
stuff. The surprise. Yeah. Quite a great email to get early in the morning a week ago or so, and that was awesome. It's very humbled to receive that. Certainly proud of that, and our whole team as well. So thank you, guys.
It's going good for you, other than Royce Neely wants to kill you. Other than that,
so
Royce second place 2 years in a row.
Okay.
Wait,
that's
so
what the movie is. Royce is the killer. We're all
Royce is the killer,
Royce
and
is the killer.
Now he's got the best.
Well, he's going after Thompson first.
Thompson's first.
Thompson's gone.
Thompson might go before McNew.
10-second difference between all of this, though. We're all done for.
Right.
And I think Royce does own some historic guns in his collection there too.
Oh yeah,
so
he's got a lot. Yeah, he's got a whole room full.
This might actually happen.
Yeah, Steinkamp, he took you and showed you his guns.
Oh
and
yes. I got to go.
Quite the flex. Talk about flex. Yeah.
He's not flexing with it. It just is. It is very impressive.
Yeah, I would guess that there's many stores that sell guns and ammunition that have less than he does. So he's got it going on there for sure. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Thompson because he looks like he's ready to go. What do you got there, buddy?
Well, I'm excited. That's why I'm ready to go. I'm excited for this. This beautiful bottle arrived recently. There was this great liquor store out there in Arnold, Missouri that was doing this cool record-breaking event, and so I was able to.
You were part of it. You were part of it.
That, a little something there. So I haven't been opened yet, so I'm excited for this. So
Rye 3 light whiskey. Okay, that was your best cork pop ever, too.
I think so.
Yeah. I'll go next. Right. I've got Old Jet Brothers here, and this has been opened recently, so I would think that you'll hang on to your lead, but we'll see. Maybe this will surprise me. It's like cracking a safe code. No, nothing. A lot of squeak.
Which version is that, Steve?
This is Sauterne.
Okay.
So yeah,
that was quite squeaky.
Yeah, that was not good. That was embarrassing. So you've got the lead. You don't need to gloat. All right. Katie, you're next.
I am. the end of January and the effort to drink 99 proof and below. And so since we're into February, I'm starting off with back to the basics, Knob Creek single barrel here.
Okay.
So see, we'll be see a difference as well with drinking the lower proofs lately.
All right. Okay. Basic. Decent.
It's an old bottle.
I think it's took the lead, unfortunately, for Ryan. It's taken the lead. So, Steinkamp, you're next. Steinkamp, you're
judging.
Next. Terrible
So,
judging.
Since we're talking investment, I'm drinking a well-loved bottle of investment port.
Okay. Nothing there. Nothing going on.
It was spacey on my end.
All right. McNew, your last but not least. What do you got?
I just thought this one was pretty at the liquor store the other day. It's called Fortune Spool, so I bought it.
Okay. Not enough. Katie wins. Cheers, gang.
Not sure about that, but okay. Not sure about that, but okay.
There's a contest.
Yeah.
Must be rigged.
No. I want to see what Ryan thinks of this light whiskey. See what you think. Give that a taste.
I'm digging the nose on it. It was surprising nose, man. I've never had this. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good one for you.
You picked me a good one there.
Yeah. That's really nice, right? Yeah. Well,
sure is, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about investment whiskey. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Saying Bourbon Daily?
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
No, your name first.
My name?
You are. Yeah.
Hi, this is Jason Souter.
And
you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking to Michael Steinkamp, getting an update on investment whiskey.
What's going on, man?
It's been fantastic. So lots and lots of love for the ABV Barrel Shop and the whole crew there. And Yeah, so we did an official launch in November, and we sold out 3 different classes, which was incredible to get that kind of turnout. I did something with Bits and Bites, the bakery that my sister-in-law runs on the side. She brought in some things, tasted out some great things. It was a fantastic day, and sold quite a few bottles that day. Then we released the Madeira finish in December. That was December, yeah, like mid-December, right, Steve?
Okay, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then, but that was kind of a soft release because at that point the shop was in the middle of.
We had no classroom.
Yeah, no classroom. So we're gonna do an official release February 15th for that. We're bringing in Bits and Bites Bakery again. I've got some fun things planned to taste out. Tickets are still available as of now, and everybody it's $6 to get in for that, but everybody gets a Wee Glencairn glass with the investment logo on it. Plus, we've got some other fun things planned to give you. So you're definitely gonna get your $6 worth for sure at that event, and that's February 15th, 6:30 at the
6:30. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So sales have been good, especially when you consider we've done 0 advertising. Everything is and we're at one outlet, the ABV shop. So the big goal going forward is to make sure that we start to get available in more places throughout St. Louis. That is our next logical step.
Yeah. Well, very nice. So, and the plan for that is, I know you had a meeting recently with someone that was going to help you out. You got kind of marching orders. You got kind of an action plan, or what are you doing there?
So we've teamed up with KK Cast Strength, cool, and Ellipsis Marketing. So they're helping us out with some marketing opportunities to go in and meet some people. We've sent a bunch of emails. Today I was preparing little sample bottles that have our label on it that we can go drop off with some swag and stuff. So yeah, it's just a matter of finding the time because this is a side gig, right? This is my side hustle.
Right.
It's not my even first side hustle, but that's all right. So it's finding the time to do that and get that out there. And, we need a little more cash flow because we've got a plan for more barrels and what we want to do and some more finishes. And, ideally we'd have a release every 3 to 4 months. So maybe we're doing 3, 4 per year. And I know what I want. I know what we want to do. It's just a matter of, I could use a little cash flow.
Cash flow.
And we're at a very good point that, that we don't have any debt, right? So if everything would go up and it's just over and it doesn't work anymore, then as my good friend Demetrius Kane says, at least you've got a lot of great whiskey to drink for the rest of your life. Right. So we made whiskey that we like, so that's great. We didn't make cheap whiskey, and I think that shows not only in the packaging and the label, but our website and everything, investment-whiskey.com. So it's good stuff. We just need to get it in some more places so that the next phase of what we want to do can roll out.
Yeah.
Are you able to self-distribute there in Missouri?
Yes, sir. Yeah, right? It's huge for us, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. So in Missouri, you can be the first.
And in Colorado. That's in Colorado. It's like the 2 places you can. I don't know of any other place. I think it's just those 2.
Yeah. So it's self-distributing. Helpful. It's literally. We released mid-November, and then you got December, and you're trying to get somebody to get a meeting and do anything in December. January, unfortunately, I was sick a lot, but again, we're not the cheapest bottle of whiskey. So when you're walking in right after Christmas sales and January's down, it's a little bit more of a challenge. So yeah, we can self-distribute.
Yeah.
And I can go drop it off myself.
Like anybody you hear saying I'm doing dry January, you should be pissed at because I get angry at them. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it.
Yeah. January's bad enough, right?
Yeah. Why are we making things worse? So yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm starting back up." I'm like, you know what? Just walk away. If this is what you want, just walk away. Be done with it. Yeah. So
I like Katie's rule. Just speaking of less than 100 proof is okay, Katie?
Yeah, we came up with it on the podcast
we
one night.
invented it.
99 proof or below.
Great,
and honestly, I rediscovered some of my whiskeys that I had gone away from for quite a while because I was just choosing all of the higher proof. So it was really cool little experiment. And then each proof we went over above 99, if we had to pour something, each time the number of proof over it, we're donating to ALS. I think I was only at like $40.
Oh,
So I did pretty well.
McNew owes $6,700 as well.
Not quite that, but it's
like not quite. But you know
it's in here.
It's in here.
Work on that this week. I'll make a note. Tim Swyat's doing it too with us. I don't know who else was doing it, but there's a group of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be at least $100 because I have no self-control. So
there you go.
No hazmats in January, I'm guessing.
No, God, no.
You know what? It was nice though. I had a lot of mornings where I didn't feel like as much shit as I usually do. So it was kind of a good month.
It was a good month. It was very productive for McNew. Yeah. Well, what else do we need to know about investment whiskey? Anything else?
So if you know of a place or you know somebody that owns a place in our St. Louis area, then please let me know. That would be fantastic. And then it's kind of, I was having this conversation with somebody today that I'm not sure which, and Ryan, I'd love your thoughts on this. So I'm only available at the ABV shop, which I'm not complaining. They've been very, very good to me. But do I start to advertise and put my whiskeys in competitions then if I'm only available in one spot, or do I need to get in more spots and then advertise to say you can get it in all these places?
No. No, just go with one. Look at Copper Dome, only available at ABV Barrel Shop to start out. It's everywhere now, but I think that it works if you're trying to create awareness.
Yeah.
I think being available in one.
I can't remember what the rules are. Are you able to ship it within Missouri then, like to a direct to consumer through your self distribution? I think you might have to go through a separate company for that one.
Yeah, maybe Steve.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We don't ship anything, so I don't know what the rules are or anything. I don't know if I don't even know if potentially we could do in Missouri. I have no clue.
I don't know because I think most that I know of end up having to do like technically out of like Washington DC to get around it. So I don't know that you can. That I couldn't remember if it was different for in state, but I don't think it is. That would be handy though.
I know it's different for wine too. Like when you're filling out all your federal forms, all that fun. There's stuff for wine and mailing and stuff for that, but I don't know about liquor.
Yeah,
I don't know. Wine is completely different.
Yeah, wine plays by easy rules. I'm sure they can do whatever they want.
The investment whiskey underground market for people.
Yeah,
shipping holy spirits.
I've got a nephew that is, I think he's getting ready to turn 20, and then when he turns 21, he wants to own his own business. So I keep thinking, man, we could potentially do some sort of delivery system where he's the guy, he owns the delivery business, and we pay him, and even take some stuff far out like Cape Girardeau or Springfield. You know, if we get enough orders, it's not something you run down every day, but you know, hey, the 15th of the month we'll be in Springfield if you want to order stuff like that. I don't know. I think that might be.
Never see me again if you do that.
Right? He's only seen you once in the first place.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't want to come down and just hang out with us, Katie?
I do. So like once a quarter, maybe just to hang out. But like for purchasing purposes, I will never be up there again if you have delivery.
We're working on it. My nephew's got to get of age though. So yeah, I don't think he's allowed to handle alcohol stuff until he's 21. So we're waiting until then. But
you can sell it.
Yeah. I don't know about driving with it.
Driving with it. Yeah. Being the one that takes it to people's houses. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a whole thing going on. So
well, we have an odd thing in St. Louis with for our listeners outside of that area where there's St. Louis County, And then to the northwest, you've got the St. Charles County area, like where Katie's at. And then we're south, very, very northern part of Jefferson County. And if you tell somebody that, all right, we're in Arnold, which is, 15 minutes, 17 minutes from almost anywhere, they're like, oh no, that's too far south. But you're like, but it's very interesting. So we end up
for Ryan or McNew, we would say we're from St. Louis. But then you look at it, and you look at it, you might still be within what we call St. Louis and be an hour and 30-minute drive.
Yeah, because if I'm out of state, I say I'm from St. Louis.
Right.
But we're an hour apart.
Such a funny thing about St. Louis people, because I'll be like, I'm from Indiana. Like, you really don't need to know where I'm from. I'm from Indiana. But St. Louis people are like, we're from St. Louis. Like, you don't even know Missouri exists. Like, you're like the fucking Chicago of Missouri. Like, people from Chicago say they're from Chicago. They don't say they're from Illinois. You guys are the same way.
Like, Kansas City does the same thing, though. So it's just...
That's true.
We got two Chicagos.
Two Chicagos in there. Yeah. They think they're bigger. They're not, by the way. Just the city size of Kansas City versus St. Louis. Yes, population Kansas City has more, but look at the metro. It's not even close. If you do look at metro community, St. Louis is like 3 million almost, and Kansas City is like 1 million. I mean, we're way bigger. So
Steinkamp, have there been any surprises, like happy surprises that you didn't expect, like to work out well, or things that came back better than you expected so far with investment whiskey?
Wow, that's a great question. It is very cool when you get people that I know have good palates and taste it and go, oh, that's really good. I really like that. When you can tell that it's not them just being nice. And and again, I'm real upfront about it. If you don't like it, it's finished whiskey. I know that's not everybody's jam. And my version of finished whiskey is the finish is there to promote and help and enhance the whiskey. I don't want it to overpower. We only kept in secondary barrels 12 weeks for the port, 16 for the Madeira. So it's an addition to the whiskey, right? Complementing it. And so it's not everybody's jam, and I get that, but it's nice to get some of the feedback when people that you respect give you good feedback and notes. And it's also brought some people to whiskey, and I think it's people that aren't necessarily whiskey drinkers, because the port comes in at 105 and the Madeira is 109, that it's a single barrel cask strength that they can get their arms wrapped around a little bit and not feel like, oh, that's burning, or that smells awful, or, so it's been a nice little gateway for some people, I think.
Well, there you go.
I like how your voice went up when you go, it's burning.
It's burning.
It tastes like burning.
How many finishes do you have on the markets right now?
We have 2. We have a port and Madeira. That is everything that we have in barrels. I've got my next 4 that I want to do lined up. I know what I want to do. We're in talks about getting it done. It's just the question is, do I want to go in debt to do it? And I'm getting closer and closer to saying yes. Because I trust in the brand. I think it's good whiskey and there's good people behind it. And so I'm going to bet on myself. And you have to do that at some point, right? I mean, if this thing's going to work, you can't be like, well, let me just sell all of that. And then you're you're out of the market. No,
there's
because, and because we finish, right? Steve and I have talked about this. I can't do that, right? Because then I'm going to, that's all gone. Now what are we going to do now? Well, it's going to be 6 months from now that we get anything done. So,
and you don't even really have a date at that point, because when the whiskey's done, when it's ready, it's done. It's done by taste. It's not like, 3 months from now, today we can bottle this. No, not necessarily.
Right. And that's, we use Neely Family Distillery, and I'm like, hey, send me samples. I want to taste it again. Steinkamp, you just tasted it 2 weeks ago. So what? Send it again. I want to taste it again. You like that? I can do a pretty good Royce.
Okay, so I changed my answer on the whole if Royce is out to kill us all. I think Steinkamp's going first.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. Steinkamp's gone. Where's Steinkamp? He's gone.
How long was this idea in your brain before you actually started working on it?
Ooh, another good question, and that's come up quite a bit. I'm going to say about 6 months. And I've got a little entrepreneur streak in me. I own my own financial services firm. I play in a couple different bands,
which are businesses, really. You always think a band, they're just people play music. Right. No, they're businesses.
Sure.
I know that. I know when you say that, people think, well, it's some guy playing in his garage and good. If I have to go listen to him, no, it's a business. We make.
Yeah.
We do pretty well. I have great guys that are in the band that we've been together 12 years now with some of them. So yeah, we do pretty well there. So that's also a business. So yeah, it was literally sitting at the ABV tasting bar in the shop and having conversations, and then going and meeting Royce Neely and talking through and running some numbers. And yeah, but it was probably 6 months from, hey, Steve and Jim, what does it take to let's go? Let's do it.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Nice. Very
Least favorite part is paperwork. Holy cow.
Plenty of
feds,
that.
The feds are all right, but man, the state of Missouri is that's a challenge.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a quick update on what's going on with Investment Whiskey. And of course, we'll continue to follow that journey, and we may check in with Steinkamp from time to time on that. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on the Instagram and Facebook at Investment Whiskey.
All right, Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
McNew.
Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got the company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Watch out for that one. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop. We've got investment whiskey. We got a lot of other barrel picks and things like that, too. We got our second one this year. You may think, wow, that's not a whole lot. Well, it was controlled because we had 15 in December. You can't just keep getting 15 every month. So now we are back, sold through a bunch of inventory in January, and we are back to getting barrels in now, so they should continue to roll in. Pretty cool stuff. So check us out online, see what we have in stock or what classes we have over at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.